All right, hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well. So, welcome to the series of where I drop educational YouTube videos once a week. I do already have a good amount of educational YouTube videos up right now, but I'm planning on dropping a video every single Thursday. So, make sure you're subscribed and, yeah, make sure you watch them as well if you are trying to learn. So today I'm going to be going over Greeks and options because literally 80% of options traders or, intermediate, beginner to intermediate options traders have no idea what Greeks do and they kind of just choose their contracts based on I don't know. You're supposed to be choosing your contracts based on Greeks mainly, and obviously the price of the contract, strike price. But that all, the reason contract prices are priced the way they are is because of the Greeks and being made up of the Greeks. So, what are Greeks? Like I just said, they determine the price of whatever option contract you are buying. So, how much will my option contract gain or lose if the stock moves? What happens over time? What if volatility spikes or drops? How do interest rates play a role? So, we will get to all those questions, but let's first go over all of the Greeks in each of their meanings. So, delta is going to be the first one, directional risk. What it tells you, how much your options price changes when the stock price changes by $1. So, for call options, your delta is going to be positive 0 to 1. Put options, your delta will be negative 0 to negative 1. So, for an example, let's say you buy a call option with delta 0.6. If the stock goes up $1, the option contracts increase by 0.60. So this is going to differ for every single option contract you pick in any strike price. It's going to be different for all of them. You're going to have to check out the Greeks and, you know, figure out what contract works best for you. And then put, let's say your delta is negative 0.4. If the stock goes up $1, your option will drop by 40 cents. So why does it matter? Delta gives a rough estimate of the probability the option will finish in the money. So gamma hand in hand with delta. So again, what it tells you, delta changes when the stock moves by $1. Gamma is highest when the option is at the money. Gamma is lower when deep in or out of the money contract. So for example, let's say Tesla's trading at 260. You buy an option contract strike price at 260. Call your contract is at the money, and gamma will be highest when your contract is at or in the money. Gamma will be lower when deep or out of the money. So when you're buying, again, Tesla trading at 260, you buy 290 calls out of the money contracts. So if delta is 0.5 and gamma is 0.1, when the stock moves by $1, delta becomes 0.6 due to gamma. This means your position gets more sensitive to price movements. Why does it matter? High gamma, more explosive risk reward. Traders watch gamma when hedging. But gamma still is very important to watch. Theta, time decay. Time decay. This one is extremely, really important. So, a lot of you guys are, especially beginners, are like, what are expiration dates? Like, why does it matter? Do I have to hold my contract until the expiration date? No, you can sell at any time. But once your expiration date gets closer, something called theta will come and decay your contract because you don't have as much time as on your contract as you once did. So it tells you how much value the option loses per day, all else equal. So always positive for buyers. So if you're buying any sort of contract calls or puts, time decay will hurt you. Positive for sellers, you collect time decay. So not for us. Don't teach selling contracts, but you know what I mean. So let's say if theta is negative 0.05, option will lose $0.05 in value per day. So short-term out-of-the-money options lose value fast as expiration approaches. So that's why you always hear people say zero-dated contracts are most volatile because they expire on the day you're purchasing them. So your theta is going to be much more negative when you're buying 0-dated contracts or 2-day, 3-day out contracts. And then we have Vega. I don't use, like too much. I mean, I use it, but there's a lot of volatility within the stocks that I trade, so Vega is usually slightly higher for me. But what it tells you, how much the options price changes if IV moves 1%. High Vega option is sensitive to IV changes. Longer dated options have higher Vega, so if you're doing, leaps and stuff like that, it's gonna have higher Vega. So let's say Vega 0.10. If IV rises 1%, option will gain 10 cents. Why it matters: IV spikes a ton before earnings or news and raise option prices even if the stock doesn't move. And then you have row, interest rate sensitivity. What it tells you, how much the option changes if the interest rates move by 1%. Call option row is positive, put option row is negative. And then more important for long-term options, leaps, because that's really what gets affected by interest rates. Our day-to-day trades are not getting affected by interest rates. And then, for example, let's say your row 0.03. If interest rate goes up by 1%, your call option will increase by 0.03. So how they all work together. Let's just give a quick, guide. There's a cheat sheet right here, but guide. Delta tells you how much your profit if the stock rises. Gamma shows you how fast that profit can accelerate. Theta reminds you that every day costs money and you have time decay on your contracts. Vega tells you your profit may grow faster if volatility increases. Rho adds a small bonus or penalty from interest rate changes. Cheat sheet. You could take a screenshot of this or something. And then where to find the Greeks on your brokerage. This is really important. Robinhood. If you literally just click on, or if you have already bought a contract and you scroll down, this is a contract I bought and took a screenshot from. You scroll down, then you can see all, the Greeks right here, and then just the stats. And then before you buy, if you just click on the contract, it'll show you exactly like the Greeks, and again, all the important stuff. Webull. So you want to click on this button right here, and it'll give you an option so you can show, so it can show Theta, Vega, Gamma, whatever, all on your options page setup. So I'll show you right here. Yeah. So option items, and then you just, click Delta, Gamma, Vega, Theta, all of those, and you have them all set up. So hopefully this video was educational and made sense. Literally just going over the Greeks and what they mean, and why they're so important to be watching when you're picking out your contracts. You can't just choose a contract because you feel like it. All these different little things come into affecting your contracts. So make sure from here on out you are watching and understanding the Greeks, and again, take a screenshot of this little page. I don't care. And make sure you have your little cheat sheet with you, and you know exactly which each Greek means and how it's going to affect the contract that you buy. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want more help in the markets, I really recommend joining my private community linked in bio. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all later.